Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be discussing authenticity while making a recipe. So, most of the food we eat is not authentic, and that is okay. I will make a very inauthentic recipe of savory pancakes. The dish that is my inspiration is the Hortobágyi Palacsinta, which can be found on the menu in every Hungarian restaurant. It is pancakes filled usually with leftover meat. The dish is as authentic as it gets. Or is it? It got its name when it was popularized in 1958 by a Hungarian chef serving it in Brussels for the World Expo. However, there is evidence that the dish existed earlier in the 20th century. Either way, it was not something that was passed down for 10 generations. This is the case with a lot of dishes, as in reality they are not that old, but they were lifted into the canon of authentic and traditional dishes, often as a tool to consolidate national identity. And this brings us to the problem of trying to reproduce authenticity in our cooking. Restaurants frequently use authenticity as a selling point, but this is an empty, misleading, if not straight up harmful ideal. Let's first look at what exactly makes a dish quote-unquote authentic. These are some criteria that I came up with. First off, it is made with authentic ingredients. In the case of the dish that I'm making, this would be authentic Hungarian paprika, meat, and tejföl, which is similar to sour cream. I'm only using Hungarian paprika because I think it tastes better than the Spanish variety that is available at UK grocery stores. However, I'm not using any meat or dairy in this recipe. So, is this a problem? I definitely don't think so. I do not eat meat, but I'm still inspired by the dish. So I adapted it to my own liking. I use QUORN and amla as a substitute, but the sole reason for using these is not because I like them, but also because these are the things that are available to buy in the supermarket. I could just as easily make this with mushrooms, tofu, beans, or just plain sauce, and it would still taste deliciously inauthentic. Dishes are always cooked with ingredients that are locally available. There might be better combinations out there, and just because something is traditional does not mean it is the only correct way to make it. It only means that cooks in the past only had those specific ingredients available to them. It is okay to specially import ingredients to make a specific dish, but sometimes you just have to improvise and make the best out of what you have. My second criteria that makes a dish authentic is the way that it is prepared. In this case, the pancakes are supposed to be filled with leftover stew. However, I did not have any leftover stew, so I made my own from scratch. This dish is not particularly complicated. The only time-consuming part of it is making pancakes. However, many other dishes require a lot of preparation and time to make. It is just simply not feasible to expect people to eat the same food as they have in the past. Traditionally, in most places, it was the job of women to cook food as well as look after the house. Some women might have had more time because they did not work, but others might have had to juggle these responsibilities along with working. Cooking still mainly falls on women, even though stay-at-home housewives are not that common anymore. Expecting authentic food on a regular basis that takes a lot of time to prepare is very taxing on women, and it reinforces gender inequality. Lastly, authenticity is necessarily conservative and locked in time. By expecting authenticity, any hope of innovation is thrown out of the window. The world is constantly changing in multiple ways. First off, ingredients might become available and form an essential part of a cuisine. In my case, Hungarian paprika is a cornerstone of Hungarian cuisine, but is by no means an indigenous species. Peppers, tomatoes, potatoes, as well as many other vegetables are from the Americas, so many cuisines around the world will be unrecognizable without these ingredients, including these pancakes. Just imagine Italian cuisine without tomatoes. Resisting new ingredients to be added to cuisines because it is inauthentic is straight up ignoring history. Insisting that cuisines should remain unchanging can also replicate harmful ideologies, such as the fetishization of other cultures as unchanging and not belonging to a modern global world. Finally, other factors can influence how people eat. and they cannot be ignored. Let's take the case of meat. The vegan movement is growing and as a result makes it possible to make dishes with meat substitutes, such as this one. On the other hand, people still regard most dishes as authentically made with meat. But that is false. Only a couple of generations back, most of the world's population could not afford to eat meat every day like today. Meat was for special occasions, and even if it was authentic, it did not reflect what people ate on a daily basis. Insisting that a dish is not authentic because it does not contain meat is plainly untrue. It is a result of many factors, such as the standardization of national cuisines through the market, such as restaurants serving the same meat-centric menu everywhere. It is also because people have more money and meat is a sign of prestige, even though meat is not even expensive anymore. The 3-pound chicken you can buy in Tesco's is the result of horrendous factory farming, which is definitely not authentic in any sense of the word. Well, that is all for today. I hope you have enjoyed the recipe and my take on authenticity. If you have not already, please subscribe for more hot takes and see you in my next video, whenever that is. Bye!